9-yard punt, no return. It's 1st and 10 Mustangs at the 13. Handoff to the first back through. That was Brown. He picks up about 3. Adrian Steen does not start the second half. The injury obviously keeping him out. The ankle problem that we saw Steen pick up in the first half. As you'll remember, he was kind of peeled under by the tackle that was made on quarterback Tremaine Lewis. Dan Hooks and Troy Miller on the sidelines opposing each other.
And we've had a penalty on the play as they step it off. It is going to be a procedure call against West Orange Stark. And it'll move the ball all the way back to the 8-yard line. Not where you want to start your first drive in the second half. If you're only up by 7, that's where they ended it in the first half. And the ball control type offense only works when you get a first down and make that a 2nd down and 5 after you pick up about 5 or 6 on that first down. Now they're looking at a 1st and 15 from the 8. The handoff to Brown. Forget it. David Gaffney in on the tackle. He has had a big game. Another flag on the field. I think this one, no, we'll have to wait and see. I really don't want to guess at it. But because of the flag, because of the location, you think it's got to be another situation of motion or maybe a dead ball foul.
Well, the linesman threw it, and it is dead ball procedure penalty against West Orange Stark. So that'll back them up another 5 or close to it, half the distance to the goal. And West Orange Stark obviously in a huge hole here to begin the second half. Hard to see where this came. Well, right there on the left side, as you see, number 73, Paul Hebert, a little bit antsy.
Now, once he got his forward motion, when you got 234 pounds going forward, it's kind of hard to stop it when he leaned into it.
Well, so here's the situation. 1st and 20 now. The ball at the 3-yard line for the Mustangs. And Lewis is going to pass. Going deep, well covered out there. Kevin Kaufman slaps it down. The Mustangs trying to go down the sidelines that time and hopefully catch Rockwall napping, but Keith Broussard could not quite get behind Kevin Kaufman.
Boy, you know, that's certainly an unexpected play. You know, you don't look for a guy to roll into his end zone 2 or 3 yards deep and crank it out 30, 40 yards. But that's what they did on the first down. You'd have to think now they're going to have to come back and try to perhaps pull off a couple of running plays and at least set themselves up in good field position to punt the ball away.
Well, field position very important in football, and it is obviously critical to the Mustangs right here. Lewis will pass again from his own end zone, this time complete out to the 15-yard line. A good pickup on the play as he throws it over to Kevin Smith. Smith with a good job sliding down to pull that one in.
You can tell Dan Hooks and I, we went to the same school of philosophy. Oh, you're right, though. You know, watch. He takes 3 quick steps, 4, 5, rolls to his right, looks downfield. There's Smith, sliding catch, coming back to the ball, makes the catch and gets him out of the hole somewhat to the 15-yard line, but it's still 3rd and 8.
Dan, as a former lineman, you've got to be very pleased with West Orange Stark's line play.
Oh, yeah, super play.
They're giving Lewis all kinds of time. 3rd down and 8. He'll throw it again, all kinds of time again. It is caught. 1st down Mustangs, and it's Smith again. Kevin Smith is turning out to be a workhorse rather, in this offense.
Be interesting to see this because unless I'm wrong, I think number 85 is going to be the man who's got coverage, and that's the end, John Garvin. Watch. There's Garvin. He's behind Garvin, but he's in front of the safety. So he got in the middle. The pass was laid in. A great completion to bring up a 1st down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from West Orange Stark's own 23-yard line.
Lewis in with a split formation behind him. Wide receiver split wide to the right, and that is Brown with the quick hitter up the middle. Check that. Jelmar Rhodes gets the carry. Kevin Smith now with 5 catches on the afternoon. He is certainly getting a workout.
2nd and 7.
Again, if you're just joining us, 14-7, West Orange Stark out in front in the second half of this ball game with 6:56 left to go in the 3rd.
Pickup of 3 by Rhodes. 2nd down and 7 for the Mustangs. Again, wide right. The receiver for West Orange Stark is Derek Ledet. Might have been a little motion on the right side as Rhodes carries again. West Orange Stark really not able to get untracked here as we begin the second half. I know the feeling.
Well, what saved them at this point, though, Brian, has been the pass. You know, this is a team that earned its bread and butter and earned its spot in the championship game really based on the run. They've been a power team. They run at you. They run the counters. They run the traps. They run the dives. But in this half, getting them out of the hole has been throwing the football. And Lewis has done a good job finding the open man. We do have a flag down. I think you're right. A little like motion on the far side. And it's going to be against West Orange Stark.
Dan, they had 4 penalties in the first half. They've already doubled that here in the second half. So it is a rocky start for the Mustangs. And you mentioned the complacency that you can get when you get up on top at halftime of a championship game. And they really need to snap out of that here right now. And off to Brown. Great moves. And he picks up a pretty good chunk of yardage, which will bring up about a 3rd and 7. So West Orange Stark getting about half of that back.
The leading tackler for Rockwall, Tony McGuire. The coaches say they had to look for a spot for this kid to play. He was so good they couldn't exclude him from the starting lineup. But he's only 5'6". You don't see too many college linebackers at 5'6". He did a great job that time, though, filling the hole and making the stop.
Ledette is split wide right. A passing situation for the Mustangs. 3rd and 6. No, they will run the option. Lewis cuts upfield. Has the first down as he crosses the 35-yard line. Great move by Tremaine Lewis. He saw that his runners were well covered by the Rockwall defense, and he cut it up inside. Got just enough for the first down, and Lewis shows his athletic ability there.
I think also creative play calling by Coach Hooks. Watch, he's got the option all the way. He can either pitch to the trail man or he can turn it up. He sees the good block there by number 79, Marvis Brown, and cuts it inside the block and picks up the first down.
Marvis Brown, 6'1", 290. He is a senior in there. In fact, 5 of 6 of the linemen seniors. They've played together a long time, and you can certainly notice that. 1st and 10. Mustangs, handoff, quick one again. Gain of about 3, and that one goes to Jelmar Rhodes.
Once again, the linebackers playing the key role in Rockwall's defense. Coming up to make the stop. Dean Willis, the cornerback, number 81. He's a 6-footer, 165, a senior. He calls some of the plays in the defensive huddle, and they'll need a good call here. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for West Orange Stark.
Already down to the 4:45 mark in the 3rd quarter. This quarter is flying by. Reverse play. Tizino is going to throw it. No, he doesn't have anybody open, but he's got a wide field. Crosses the 50, inside the 30. Tizino knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. A little razzle-dazzle by the West Orange Stark Mustangs. Tizino looked to throw the ball out of the reverse, but there was such a huge field in front of him, he just tucked it and ran.
Yeah, he wanted to throw it on a little razzle-dazzle. They start the option one way. There comes the fake reverse. He wants to throw it, but there's nobody open, and with his speed, he just turns it on down the sidelines, passes the 50, tries to give a juke. Good play that time by Dean Willis to slow him down just enough for Kevin Kaufman to finally catch up with it, push him out of bounds at the 20-yard line. But tremendous play that time by West Orange Stark.
1st and 10 from the 20. That is Terrence Brown. A gain of almost 10, close to another first down for the Mustangs. And that time the offensive line simply blew Rockwall right off the line.
I tell you, one of the most impressive spots up front is the fact you've got Scott Wistinski, who is 220 pounds. He's been a dominant player on the defense for Rockwall, and you haven't heard his name called that many times this afternoon because it's a good matchup. And Brian McCorvey and Marvis Brown are doing a good job on the front line for West Orange. 2nd and inches. Coaches love this play. Split backfield behind Lewis. He's going to take it himself. Inside the 5, knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Oh, but a tough knock as he's out on the track here in Kyle Field. He went down hard, but he jumps up quick. Here's the replay. It's the option. He puts it in. Brown wants the ball, but Lewis doesn't let him have it. He keeps it, tries to go outside. He's finally pushed out of bounds. Now watch. Boom. Takes it hard. Good thing they put those little tail pads in there.
Oh, I guess so. West Orange Stark looking for